Hello, everyone. If you are new to Jordan Crawford, I want to give you a quick intro about what I do and what I'm up to. And then what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the next course that I'm building, which is who to target and what to say to them. But before I get into that, my name's Jordan Crawford. I have been in B2B SaaS growth since 2016. In the last maybe 4 years, I've been running a company called Blueprint. And what we're doing at Blueprint here is really building micro AI agents to be able to reduce the manual labor that your RevOps team, your inbound team, your SDRs spend on any given task, from research to scraping the web. And one of the reasons that we are doing this and positioning in this way is that I believe tools like the AI SDR and these like AI employees are fundamentally today VC hype, which is to say that they can't actually do all those things that those employees do, especially knowledge workers. Now, this isn't true for every AI employee. Company that I advise, Tenor, has an AI employee that literally can do everything that the folks that they're working with need. But those tasks are not knowledge worker tasks. So, what's the solution to this? Do we abandon AI? No. Do we abandon the concept of an AI employee? Not necessarily. But we do need to give it creative constraint with context. This is a framework that I invented that says the models do really, really well. They can be ultra creative, but they need to be constrained, which is to say, this is the exact task that I want. And they need to have context, which is here's the things in the world that matter that I need you to be creative on. And so this is why we're deploying micro agents for our customers. Micro agents to monitor the companies in their TAM, micro agents to qualify inbound leads, micro agents to research the folks that SDRs are selling to, micro agents to be able to quantify the fit from public data. And these AI research agents are designed to help the employees do what employees do best, which is talk to people. And this is why I think that when you say something like the AI SDR, a fundamental part of that person's job today is to talk with a person. I don't think that the world is going to go in such a direction that humans aren't going to want to talk with their people. AI doesn't have empathy for you. It does not understand you. It is a very convincing liar in those ways. And I think that the technology is very anodyne, which is to say that it doesn't have emotions. It doesn't evoke intentionality. So anyways, let's get to what we're going to talk about today after I've introduced myself and talked to you about some of my new positioning. All right. So in my new course, I'm talking about who to target and what to say. And this is one of the concepts that I'll be introducing. So generally, when you start with an early stage concept, early stage company, especially B2B SaaS companies that are horizontal, they have a handful of products, a handful of personas, a handful of segments. And what they try to do is they try to go to market here. They try to say, great, this person bought this version of the product. They're in this segment, they're in banking or they're in technology, and the persona that bought it was marketing. Here, like the sales persona bought it. They were in B2B SaaS, not banking or whatever, and they bought the same version of the product. These multiple combinations are too hard to have empathy for, or too hard to have specificity that you understand something more about their world than they do. And that's what good selling is. Good selling is when you can say something insightful to an expert in the field and they're like, ooh, you're right, we do have that problem. You're right, I was trying to solve it that way. You're right that way would be a very interesting way to tackle that problem, right? That good products are built on differentiated opinions. They are built on worldly insights about those opinions, and they disqualify large chunks of people, which is to say, I love this phrase, which is to say, I say it all the time. It's that if you do this, AI products will come and eat your lunch. The companies today that are selling into multiple segments and personas and product at the earlier stages, right? I'm not talking about the later stage companies that layer this stuff on intelligently. I'm talking about sub 100 million, even sub 10 million, sub 50 million. You can't do this. You need to own a segment, because this is where AI is going to come in and eat your lunch. And I'm not saying don't take this inbound, but if you're going to go outbound, if you're going to make it a point to say, this is who we serve, pick a segment, pick a persona, pick a product. Go evaluate all of these different variants and say, this is our most successful one. And then what will happen is that you'll spend time here. You're not going to get ignored. This is what the prospect does to you, because you only have so many units of interest, so many units of understanding. You'll go from ignored to interested to a customer being invested, because this pays compound interest. These understanding the variance of these buyers, personas, product does not pay compound interest, and you're left to reason by analogy or reason by story. And that's a problem, because you're just telling one story. The story doesn't compound. It's not like you can take 10 different customers in 10 different segments with 10 different personas and make sense of all that. It's too hard, and the buyer knows way more than you. But if you have 50 conversations with the same persona in the same industry about the same problem, those three things, suddenly the message to them can get way, way better. You're going to go from a place of being ignored to you're going to start to see signs of life, signs of interest. And then eventually they're just going to invest. And what you do is, once you crack this nut, and it's so hard. But once you do it, it's going to be easier to replicate that on the next segment or the next persona, the next product. But do it one at a time. If you can't get one to work, how do you expect you to get all to work? I want to say, as the year closes, I could not be here without you. I could not be here without the people that watch and consume my content. I could not do the thing that I love to do. I would pay people to do this. I love it. And I'm not here to make gobs of money. That's not my goal. I'm here to follow the fire inside, to do the things that I love doing, that I can't help but creating. And I wish that for you this year, and I wish that for you next year. I wish that you can constantly seek truth in your life, seek the things that give you internal energy, and find ways to chart paths out of things that drain energy from you. You do not have to live out the script that is written by someone else. And if you're watching this, that is especially true. So I hope that you seek that internal truth and you find a way in 2025 to let it guide you, because mine has guided me here to you to do this and to have the opportunity to do this. And it's only because you're here. So I'm very grateful for you giving me this opportunity to do what brings me so much joy. Have a wonderful holidays, and I'll see you on the flip side. I'll probably record more videos, but this is what I'm working on now. Oh, I should say, I had my last AI agent building course, which is, I've heard nothing but good things. And the people that are, cheers. Look, I've got, it's actually how to build AI agents in Clay in the Bay. And in that course, you're going to learn about how to talk to AI, how to structure your thoughts. And really, it's kind of the blueprint, ironically, for how we're thinking about building these AI microagents. And I share it with you because maybe there are some of you out there that want to do what I do, and I want to empower you to do that. I am not afraid. I am not worried about competition. I am not worried about sharing my secrets. The economy is big, and I will always work to lift you up.